Okay, imagine this. You're on the move. Maybe you're a digital nomad in Bali or a business traveler hopping continents.
Right.
You go to check out of your hotel in Lisbon, or maybe you're just buying groceries and bam, your card is blocked.
And your bank is thousands of miles away in a totally different time zone.
Exactly. You can't even call them that classic traveler point, hitting that wall of financial friction. That's what we're focused on today. Okay, let's unpack this.
That whole scenario is the perfect way in because it really defines the problem our listener wants to solve.
And they've given us a lot to work with.
A dense stack of source material, yeah. Everything from infographics on banking friction to, really detailed frameworks on Web3 monetization.
So we're not just listing facts today. Our listener seems to be looking for a shortcut to concentrated, impactful knowledge.
They want to know how the tech actually works and, maybe more importantly, what the strategic implications are.
Right.
So our mission is a deep dive into borderless finance solutions. We're talking mainly about crypto cards, and then connecting that to the new earning structures.
The Web3 ambassador and affiliate programs.
Precisely.
So the core question is kind of twofold then. First, can crypto genuinely solve these deep friction points in traditional finance?
And second, if it can, how can people actually capitalize on these new earning structures being built?
Let's start with the pain. The sources really highlight why traditional banking just doesn't work for a global lifestyle.
Well, it's fundamentally incompatible. It's built on this 20th century model of geographical borders.
And digital life just ignores those borders.
Completely ignores them.
The sources show this visually, almost like heavy chains locking a user down. Banks block payments, they freeze cards.
They fail across time zones. But it's more than just an inconvenience at the ATM, right?
So what are the key friction points that really trap global users?
Okay, so the first one is what the materials call constant cross-border friction. Think about what happens every single time you use a non-local card.
Right.
You are paying hidden fees.
It's not just the flat fee at the machine.
No. It's the fact that your bank is using a terrible exchange rate. It's often marked up by 3, maybe even 5% compared to the interbank rate.
And that adds up incredibly fast. That 3 to 5% is the silent killer.
It is.
It feels tiny, but over a year of travel, that's hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars just gone.
Precisely. And then there's the second hurdle, which is arguably even more crippling for a true digital nomad.
What's that?
Being trapped by proof of residence.
The classic residency paradox. You need an account to live somewhere, but you need an address to open the account.
It is an endless loop. Banks demand local documents, utility bills, local leases, tax IDs, just to open or maintain an account.
So if you don't have a fixed address, or you move a lot,
You're locked out. You effectively become financially homeless. And what's fascinating here is that the traditional systems are just fundamentally built around borders,
which digital life ignores.
making this crypto solution not just a convenience, but, for some people, it's essential for survival in the global economy.
That sets the stage perfectly for this solution. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because crypto cards are marketed as the direct answer to this. The ability to pay without borders.
The underlying function is actually pretty elegant. These cards, they operate on existing Visa or MasterCard rails.
So acceptance is basically worldwide.
Exactly. But instead of drawing from a local bank account, they're drawing from your digital wallet. So when
Yeah.
you swipe or tap,
Just converts instantly.
it instantly converts your crypto, usually a stablecoin like USDC or maybe Bitcoin, into whatever local currency you need for that transaction.
So the card handles all of that, the conversion, the clearance. The retailer has no idea it was even a crypto transaction.
Correct. The key value for the traveler is not having to worry about exchange rates or sudden freezes.
Mhm.
The crypto is just always ready to be liquid anywhere.
But hold on. If they're using Visa or MasterCard, how do they get around that proof of residence requirement? Isn't that tied to KYC, know your customer rules?
That is a critical question. And yes, they do need KYC.
So,
But the requirements are structured differently. A traditional bank requires local residency documents. A crypto card issuer, on the other hand, often just needs a basic global ID verification.
like a passport.
Like a passport, yeah. It bypasses the need for a local utility bill in every single country you visit. They're organized globally, not nationally.
That distinction, local residency versus global identity, that's the core differentiator.
It's everything.
Okay, let's drill down on the feature that replaces that hidden 3 to 5% fee. You said no hidden border fees. What does that actually eliminate?
It eliminates three specific things. First, the foreign transaction fee your old bank charges. Second, that terrible spread on the exchange rate because the best cards use something close to the interbank rate.
Or a tiny, transparent fee?
Exactly. And third, they eliminate dynamic currency conversion.
Ugh, that's the worst. Where the merchant asks if you want to pay in your home currency.
And then hits you with an atrocious rate that they just made up. Since the crypto card converts instantly, that choice is pretty much irrelevant.
That is a massive financial difference for anyone traveling constantly. So let's look at the marketplace itself, because the sources break it down. It's not just one type of card.
Absolutely not. The sources categorize them into three really distinct models, and they each reflect a different business strategy.
Okay, starting with the most common one, exchange-based cards.
Right. So these are tied directly to a big trading platform, like a major crypto exchange.
So they're easy for existing users.
Super easy.
Mm-hmm.
And they often offer rewards or cash back in the exchange's own token.
So what's the strategic implication there? What's the catch?
The strategy is to lock you into their ecosystem. The goal isn't just to get you to spend, it's to keep your funds on their platform, to encourage you to trade.
And the downside?
The downside is they're very susceptible to geo-restrictions. If that exchange suddenly leaves your region, your card just stops working overnight.
Okay, next up we have the fintech solutions.
These are the independents, often smaller, and designed specifically for flexible global payments. They prioritize low fees and usability over, say, loyalty rewards.
So they're built for the traveler first.
Traveler first. More freedom, but maybe fewer free perks tied to some trading ecosystem.
And finally, the white label solutions. That sounds a bit technical. What is that?
Think of them as, like, financial infrastructure as a service. They're the plumbing.
Okay.
So if a smaller company or, I don't know, an influencer wants to launch their own branded card without spending millions building the whole compliance and security stack.
They use a white label provider.
Exactly. The source material uses PintoPay as an example of an issuer that does this, works with other brands, and operates in over 150 countries.
That's actually really powerful. It means even a niche crypto community could issue its own compliant debit card.
It democratizes access to borderless finance. That's the point.
So moving from the product mechanics to the psychology of selling it, let's talk about the marketing. The sources highlight this strategy that targets the lifestyle audience, but also appeals to the skeptic.
Right, because if you just advertise low fees, use crypto, nobody trusts it. There's still baggage there.
So what works?
The approach that gets the high click-through rate is the real-world challenge angle, the testimonial format.
Titles like, I quit my bank for a crypto card, here's what happened.
Yes, it frames it as a genuine personal experiment, not a sales pitch.
It shifts the whole dynamic.
It does. It's not a company selling, it's a peer reviewing. And to keep that trust, the sources really stress you have to present the brutal truth.
Meaning you can't just hype the good parts?
No. The second the reader hits an unexpected fee or gets an awkward rejection at some small cafe, the whole narrative just collapses if you haven't been honest. You have to acknowledge the bumps in the road.
So what does this all mean when we pivot from spending solutions to earning opportunities?
It means the people who are using these cards to spend borderlessly.
Are the exact same audience interested in earning borderlessly?
Exactly. We're now moving into the Web3 monetization framework for content creators, community builders, digital entrepreneurs.
Okay, but before Web3, traditional affiliate models had growing problems.
Right.
What are the key problems to address that these new models are trying to fix?
The source material is really clear on four main pain points. First, just declining affiliate payouts. Platforms take bigger cuts. Competition is insane.
And the algorithms.
That's the second one. Reduced organic reach. You create amazing content, but the algorithm ensures fewer and fewer people even see your link.
Frustrating.
And third, the old model was almost entirely one-time commissions. You sell a product, you get paid once. That's it. No residual value.
And for creators outside, say, North America or Europe, just getting paid must be a huge issue.
Oh, absolutely. Geographic restrictions on payments are a massive barrier. If you live somewhere where PayPal or Stripe is a headache or bank transfers are slow and expensive, traditional monetization just fails you.
And Web3 solves that with crypto payments?
Instant, borderless crypto payments. And finally, there's just a lot of confusion about what realistic earnings in Web3 actually are.
That brings us to the Web3 solution landscape. The sources make a big distinction here. Web3 ambassador programs changed the game by offering revenue share models.
Yes, you're building equity in the promotion, not just getting paid for a single sale.
How does that work in practice?
Well, instead of a flat fee or a one-time commission, you often get a percentage of the revenue, or maybe even the transaction fees generated by the user you referred.
Forever.
Forever, or for a very long time. That is the recurring revenue appeal. That's the game changer.
So let's compare the 5 types of Web3 earning programs from the framework. We should look at them with that, honest business analyst perspective.
Okay, so starting with the lowest barrier to entry, crypto exchange programs. These are the easiest place to start. Anyone can grab a referral link for a major exchange.
So what's the catch there?
The competition is just intense. I mean, everyone has an exchange link. Plus, the percentage payouts are usually lower, and you're often paid based on trading volume, which is volatile.
So it's a numbers game.
A volume-driven play, yeah. It requires huge reach, but not a lot of specialized knowledge.
Okay, moving up the complexity ladder, we find DeFi protocols.
Now we're talking about serious technical knowledge. You have to actually understand things like yield farming, staking, governance.
To promote a protocol like a FOVE or a compound effectively?
You do. But the sources suggest the better margins make that higher barrier worthwhile.
Because it filters people out.
Exactly. The competition is lower, and the revenue share percentages can be significantly better because you're facilitating higher value financial transactions.
Then the third type, which connects right back to our card discussion, is infrastructure partnerships.
Right. These often have a B2B or entrepreneur focus. We're talking about promoting the underlying software or financial infrastructure itself, like the PintoPay model we mentioned.
So you're not just earning from one person's card swipe.
No, you might be earning from a whole company that uses their B2B services.
Yeah.
It's a much higher ticket value play.
A long-term play.
Definitely. It requires a professional network and a lot of trust, but it offers the highest potential for stable, recurring revenue. You're linking people to essential utility, not a passing trend.
Next, the very visible, but also very volatile NFT project ambassadors.
Highly project dependent and community first. Your expertise here has to be in community management and, frankly, hype generation.
And your earning potential is tied directly to that one project.
100%. If that NFT collection collapses, so does your income stream. It is high risk, high reward.
And finally, the most internally focused DAO contributor programs.
These aren't really affiliate programs in the traditional sense. They're more about compensating community members for specific ongoing tasks.
Like what?
Writing documentation, running governance votes, project management inside the DAO. It requires deep commitment to the project's mission.
And the pay isn't based on referrals.
No, it's usually based on milestones or approved proposals.
The sources really stress that we have to set expectations when we talk about this whole landscape. It's not all success stories.
It is vital to show realistic income ranges. You have to acknowledge that many people will fail, especially in those high volatility NFT and DeFi sectors.
So the goal isn't to sell the dream.
The goal is to help you, the listener, choose the right model based on your existing skills and your audience. We're analyzing the viability here.
Absolutely. This deep dive has covered a huge amount of ground, from the practical necessity of borderless spending with crypto cards,
It's solving that critical proof of residence problem.
to the systematic breakdown of how to move toward these recurring revenue structures in Web3.
And for anyone who's trying to decide where to invest their time and expertise, the source material gave us that framework. It advises comparing these programs not on hype.
But on objective criteria.
Right. 3 things. Required expertise, time investment, and potential return.
That structural comparison is everything. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. You can't just jump into a high-tech DeFi program if you barely understand how to use your own wallet.
Exactly. And that brings us to the final provocative thought here. The most common failure in this space is a misalignment between your skill set and the program type you choose.
So the listener really needs to consider which model.
Which model is right for them? Is it the easy start, low reward exchange referral? Is it the technical, high margin DeFi partnership? Or maybe it's the professional, recurring revenue, B2B infrastructure role.
You have to figure out which one aligns with your existing skills and audience before you commit a single hour.
That strategic alignment is the single greatest determinant of success in this borderless earning landscape.
That's a perfect challenge for our learners. Knowledge first, then strategic commitment. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into your sources.